Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to make some dangles. I need a few little bits and pieces to hang in my current journal. So I thought I'd try and make some using all of the bits and pieces I've got printed out here. I've got some coffee dyed laces and these are all things from the kit that I think I printed them 2 to a page, so they're reduced down in size. And I've inked around them, I've inked the backs of them. I've got some circles, some ovals, some little tiny tags and journaling cards, some medium-sized ones, some larger ones, a couple of little envelopes and some frames that I have put some acetate in. So that's what I've got to work with, and I'm going to start by I just want something to put here and there. I don't need that many, but I've got a heap of stuff here. So let's start with a frame, and we'll add some lace. That one's probably a bit too big, maybe that one. Now I'm going to, which way's up for that? I think we'll go that way. I'm going to put a hole in each of these because I'm going to either join them all together with a bulb pin or something similar to that sort of thing. So there we go. So that can go there, that can go there. Let's get a bulb pin and put these together as we go. So we got a large frame at the back, then we've got a lace little motif, and then we can add, what about if we put a circle on there? Should we put a circle? There's 2 there. Let's put a plainish circle. So let's put a hole in that. Pop that on there. Once again, these are inked around and inked on the back. So really all I have to do is assemble them. I could put eyelets on all of these, but if I do that with all these layers, it makes it very thick and cumbersome. So I'm not going to. And now I think I'll just put a small label on there. So these were labels or journaling cards that have been printed at half, 2 to a page, I guess you'd say. Okay, so there we have that. I could add a little bead onto this as well. Shall I do that? Well, let's assemble a few first, and then I'll get some beads and we'll add a bead to them all. Okay, so let's have another bulb pin. You can use any colour bulb pin you like. I'm going with gold because I seem to have been using gold in this journal. So now with this, if I put a little hole, I can put a hole right through the whole thing, because I'm not going to put a eyelet on it. Now I can lift that up and we can put a little piece of journaling paper or whatever in there if we want to, but I think I want something a bit bigger behind that, so I'll use one of these bigger journaling cards, maybe that one. So this is a pretty straightforward little process. So we'll start with the big one, and because I've got this bigger journaling card, I might use this bigger piece of coffee dyed. It was actually a doily that I cut up, so that was quite good. I could iron that, I guess, and perhaps something else behind this, maybe something a little bit smaller, maybe that. I could put a tag on there, that tag. Yeah, I'll put that tag on. And then something a bit more colourful, maybe a colourful circle, yes. So let's put a hole in this, decide where we want it to be the top, and pop that on there. Okay, right, now next one, what should we start with this time? Let's start with a tag. So I'm going to put a hole in the corner, the top corner, and then should we do another frame, picture frame? I think we will. Let's put a hole in that. Let's get a bulb pin. Actually, I've got, I'll just pop that there. I've got some little fishing swivels I bought the other day, and I'm going to try those. So I need to have a bulb pin, not a bulb pin, a jump ring. Let me try and get one. Okay. Let me open this, if I can find the join. There we go. Open it. So that one goes on the back. Oh, that's not going to work because the hole's not far enough down. Okay, I'll have to do that next time. Let's get that bulb pin again. So we've got our back tag, and then we've got our frame. Then let's use one of these oval pieces. And pop that in there. And I've got this lace here. I might just cut a piece of this. Let me grab some scissors that cut fabric. Like so. And pop that on there. And something on the front. Perhaps a little journaling card. Or let's do one of these little tags. Okay. Right, now let's see about doing one of these. Now I need to make these a lot closer, don't I? Or I need a bigger jump ring. I'll try that jump ring. Now, let's make this the top corner. The back. Got this envelope here. Looks like where was I going to put that? Was I going to put it on here or what? I think I was. Can't Can't remember which one it was going to go on, but we'll put it on here. So if we put that one on first, and then the envelope, and then the little label. There we go. A little bit interesting. Okay, now let's put this fine piece of applique on. I'm not sure how. Let's put that through there like that. Then we can put an oval. And whoops. And something small on there. Perhaps one of these. And then seal that up. Oh, hang on, before I do that, and now I'm going to put my little swivel on here and then close that up. Okay, and then I can put a jump ring on the end of that, so I can put a gold one on there, say, because that doesn't have to be that much bigger. Close that up. And there we go. So now we've got a little dangle with a swivel on it. They hang a lot better. So that's that one. Okay, so let's do another one of these. I've got them here, so I may as well use them. So let's do those two. For a bulb pin at this stage. I'm going to put them on bulb pins, and then when it comes time to use them, I can decide whether I want to leave them on the bulb pin or whether I want to change them to a swivel. Okay, that's those two. Now, shall we use this applique piece? And we can use circle. Okay, so I'm going to do a floral circle. that on there. And maybe a little tiny tag as well. Maybe that one. Okay. Right, so what do we got there? 2, 4, 5. Let's do one more. Let's use this large tag. And large journaling card. So this one's going to be quite big. Put some lace in here. I'll go for the lace. Go a bit wider this time. Put that on there. And our envelope, and a circle. Okay. Right, so there we have a nice little collection. I'm just going to move these out of the way for now. And I'm going to grab some beads, and we'll put some beads on here as well. Back soon. Okay, so I did get some beads, but I thought we could also add some charms. So I'm only going to add one of each thing to each dangle. So it will either be a bead or a charm. Not both. Try and find the... There we go. So what do we want on here? Perhaps a nice pearl. There we go. Very pretty. That's that one done. Now, on this one, I've got a bit of red on there, so we could add this rose. Actually, I see it's got a circle on the bottom and the top. I could leave that on there. I might want to add to it, so I'm going to just add that to my bulb pin, like so. There's that one. That's very cute. This one, we'll add one of the pearl drops. There we go. This one, we will add, what do we got here? Let's add the white daisy to this one. There we go. And I think we'll put the flat charm on this one. So this is a little gold flower. And we'll put the pearl drop on this one. There we go. So there we have 6 nice little dangles. Let me have a look. I could add them to, well, I could add them to here, for example. I could pin one on there. That makes it a bit tricky, doesn't it? Going to have to take it all off and put it through the page and then seal it up. I won't put it on that one. Oh yes, I can, because it's okay. So let's undo all of that. Pop it through here, through our page, and then add all of our layers back on. Even though it's a bit fiddly like this, now that we've got them assembled, we certainly don't have to worry about going hunting about to try and find bits and pieces, do we, to put in our little dangles. It's all done ready for us. Do our pin up. How hard is it to do a safety pin up, eh? And there we go. There we have a little dangle on our page. All sorts of little bits and pieces there we can write on. They've all got their backs all inked and ready to use. And you know, my edges do poke out from my pages, so when I do my cover, I will make the cover come out a bit more. So there we go. So now we've got 5 more that we can put throughout our journal. I've got 4 signatures, so I'll probably put 1 on each signature and have a spare. I can try and, there we go, that's better. I like it better like that, so that the actual bulb pin is down a bit further. Then these can be free to move. Alright, so that's it for today. Thank you for joining me. Very quick one today, because I had done a bit of pre-work by having all of these things inked up and ready to go. And yeah, so, you know, when you just got bits of scraps and things left over, there's always something you can do with them, and making some nice little dangles is one of them. So yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.